Answers or blood? Blood.
Where's James Reese?
Is it true you're fugitive as a Navy SEAL?
There's a bunch of people tracking you right now, so just lay low.
I have 12 men flying home in caskets right now. This is personal. Oh, you wanted in on the fray. Now, you're in the battlefield.
It was such a hardcore, kind of intense script, but also it seemed like it was really physically demanding as well. What was the training like for both of you?
Well, you know, one of the touchstone themes of the piece, both from the Jack Carr novel all the way to the whole show, is authenticity. And so for both of us, we've each had an opportunity to play a Navy SEAL before. In Lone Survivor for Taylor, Zero Dark 30 for myself. We really honed in on trying to create authentic movements and the body language of a special operator. And you know, we relied heavily on training with our tech advisor, Ray Mendoza, who's a former Navy SEAL, as well as a handful of other Navy SEALs that we had on the cast and the crew, really walking us through sort of handling the various weapon systems and, you know, integrating from one gun to the next, and how we carry ourselves in a room and how we walk around a corner, and all of the tradecraft of situational awareness that's constantly going on in the minds of these men who are so highly trained. That training in itself was probably the most specific training, beyond, you know, just being sure you can do push-ups and pull-ups and run and be physically fit and all that kind of stuff that you could do however you want to do. There's a specificity to the movement of them in battle that we really tried to maintain so we could hit that level of authenticity that we're after.
Do you agree, Taylor?
No. I mean, absolutely. And to go on to that point, we're lucky enough to call these guys friends off screen as well. And a lot of that, there's a mindset that these guys have, you know, like he said, it's really not how many pull-ups you can do. It's really a mindset of this warrior mentality. And so you just try and honestly hang out with these guys, pick their brains, train with them, and train like a gunfighter would. Like, these guys are the best of the best. And what makes them at that level is truly their mind. So you're trying to assimilate as much as you can from these guys at all times. And even on set, you know, they were on set when we're not doing these action sequences. So it keeps you humbled and keeps you honest when you're working on these dramatic scenes as well.
What do you guys think that you actually learned from them and their experience then?
Oh man.
I think the biggest thing that I learned, or the biggest lesson that's a takeaway that I think is probably universal in the makeup of these men, is there's a physical breaking point in a man and a mental breaking point. And oftentimes the mental breaking point is closer to you than the physical breaking point. Mm-hmm. And through training and through pushing yourself past your mental breaking point, you gain resilience and understand that your physical breaking point is actually much further, that you're much tougher than you may have realized. Yeah, for these guys, their physical breaking point is closer than their mental breaking point. So they will physically be destroyed before they would quit. And, you know, there's this rule of 40%, meaning if you're running on a treadmill, or you're holding your breath underwater, or you're in an excruciating amount of pain, they say most people will tap out when they're at 40% of their actual capability. So if you're holding your breath for a minute and you think you're gonna die, they say you actually probably have about a minute and a half breath left before you would really die. And so they learn how to push themselves right to the point to which they would really die if they went any further. And that was a pretty extreme lesson to learn about them, and just makes me appreciate them all the more. I mean, we have a mass affinity for that community, and this whole project is really kind of a love letter to the Navy SEAL community. And that's one of the surprising things I learned about them.
Do you think there will be a season 2? Because we don't really know for sure what happened with your character.
Right.
And would you be interested in one?
Well, Jack Carr's written 5 extraordinary books. He's quite a prolific author, and they're all reaching the top of the New York Times bestseller list. I think it'd be fantastic to keep it going.
And this one is slightly about Guardians of the Galaxy, because I can't have you here without asking a question. How is filming going for that, and what can we expect from the 3rd installment?
Well, we're done with filming. It's fantastic. James Gunn just watched a rough assembly the other day. I called him yesterday. We FaceTimed, and he's very, very proud of the work that everyone's done. He said it's the best work all of us have ever done. He feels very, very confident. The script was amazing, and I can say with utter confidence that he's made a true masterpiece, and I just cannot wait for people to see it. It's James Gunn. He did all 3 movies, which is really rare and really special in the world of big box office trilogies.
It's one of my favorites, definitely one of my favorite Marvels. You guys have such a great bond on set and like a brotherhood. What was it like filming that together, and what is your bond like now that you've gone through that filming?
As dark as this show goes, you know, I think we tried to find levity, and when there's a right time for it in between takes, you try and just, you know, it's light. He's a very, very easygoing, egoless guy as well. So it's easy to work with him, and we have a great cadence together. And even from the day one, it was quite seamless. So we had actually fun doing this.
Yeah, we have to let our guard down to become the type of friends that would have gone through something serious together. And in order to nail the role, you have to do that. So I think if there's any type of guard that you typically have up when you're meeting a new person, in the pursuit of creating an honest and authentic bond, we let that down right away. But then over the course of the project, which in itself was its own crucible, I think we forged a very authentic friendship that will carry with us forever. I think. I mean, he'll eventually start to return my calls. We'll see. You know,
Not.
One day we can hope.
Yeah.